So here at EP Motorsports, getting ready to get on the dyno, get a tune done. Looking to try to get a little bit better numbers. I think the last tuner I used was a little bit too conservative on his timing and a couple other things. So these guys are going to give me a good 91 tune and a good E85 tune. Give you guys some footage on what's going on with that.
So here over at EP Motorsports, got to take a look at a bunch of their vehicles they had. Man, they had some nice little toys in there. It had a Supra, had a RX-7. They had a whole bunch of 300ZXs. It's about to switch to a shot. Oh man, there was a S14 sitting out there, just chilling outside. Looks like they were planning to do some work on that in the future. So I mean, there was some really cool toys there. I was really impressed with what was going on there. And then what was the craziest thing was halfway through the tuning session, look what ended up showing up. Give it a sec, and here it is. You know, this nice R32 Skyline. Man, that thing was awesome. And so you know, some really nice stuff, nice toys out there. But let's get to business. Let's get down to what we're here for. Now I had this Celica tune multiple times and dynoed multiple times, so kind of give you a little highlight of what's going on. So here's a shot over at Hammer Performance. This is when I had the 3S GTE recently installed, this 4th gen 3S GTE, and running off the stock ECU. And here's the dyno pool that happened with that. Yeah, so pretty respectable numbers. You know, I was pretty happy with those for the stock ECU, stock turbo. Once I had a good baseline, I was like, hey, now let's throw this standalone in here. So I ended up throwing an MS3PRO EVO in there, and then taking it to another local tuner. Here's a shot of it on the dyno. Sorry I don't have any live footage of it, but yeah, it was a pretty good tuning session there, and I'm getting some good numbers, and here they are right now. So in summary, this is how the car previously performed, and I was pretty happy with those numbers, but I was still looking to push it. There was still a little bit more I could do with it, because you know, 252 horsepower, you know, and I've seen guys go way beyond that with this 4th gen 3S GTE motor. So I was like, what can I do next? And what I thought of was a turbo. So what I ended up doing is hitting up ATS Motorsports and getting their CT15 upgraded turbo. It's called the Sweet 16 billet wheel, and hopefully that'll give me a little bit more power. So now that I've kind of gone through to where we are at this point, let's start tuning on 91 octane. So this is the tuner, kind of getting a feel for the tune that was on the car before he did his first baseline pull, so you can kind of get an idea of where we were standing walking into there. And all I had done with it at this point was pretty much fattened up the map a little bit, just because I had that bigger turbo, but really hadn't fine-tuned it or anything. So here, let's see what's going to happen. Here's the first baseline pull. So 283 horsepower, 274 torque. Man, that's just baseline. Where's it going to go from here? So we got two final pulls here, and I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about this, because if you look, the first one's at 307 horsepower, second one was at 305. The 305 is what we ended up going with, because the tuner kind of went through the logs, took a look at everything, and he was saying, and The reason why the 305 is what we ended up going with was because we were getting a little bit of knock, a little bit of detonation up at that 307. So he messed around with the timing, messed around with the fuel a little bit, and he got it to where it's really nice and it'll really be a good, solid tune. Now it's time to tune on some E85. This was the first pull done on E85. And this was the final pull done on E85.
So just got back from my tuning session. Man, they made some really good changes. Looks really good. Car feels amazing. I'll be putting up the horsepower numbers. You guys should see that. But man, it's I'm real happy with it. They messed around with the timing maps a little bit, mostly got things changed in there. So I think they cleaned up the map and got me exactly where I need to be. So I'll get some pulls as well and some driving as well, showing you guys how well it's doing. So we'll talk to you later.